I think I just found one of the smartest football channels on YouTube. No face, no expensive editing, no football experts on camera. And yet somehow, this channel has videos pulling hundreds of thousands of views by explaining football concepts most fans don't fully understand. Take a look at this. One video, over 600,000 views. Another video, tens of thousands of views in just a few weeks. And the craziest part, the videos are incredibly simple. A stickman, a few images, some football explanations. That's it. So naturally, I had one question. If these videos look this simple, why are so many people watching them? And after studying the channel, I realized something interesting. They're not competing with football highlights. They're not competing with news channels. They're not competing with giant creators. Instead, they're answering questions millions of football fans are already asking. How does the World Cup work? What are the new FIFA rules? How does qualification work? How does the knockout stage work? Questions people are actively searching for every single day. And that's when I had an idea. What if we built an entire FIFA World Cup channel from scratch using AI? Not just one part of it. The entire thing. The topic research, the script writing, the visuals, the thumbnails, the voiceovers, even the SEO. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact workflow step by step. By the end, you'll have a complete FIFA World Cup video ready to upload. And honestly, some of these AI tools are so good that it almost feels unfair.
Most football fans know the 2026 World Cup is changing. What most people don't know is just how much it's changing. Because for the first time ever, the World Cup won't have 32 teams. It'll have 48. That sounds simple. Add more teams, play more games, done. Except it isn't. Because once FIFA decided to add 16 extra countries, they accidentally created a huge problem. How do you fit 48 teams into a tournament that was designed for 32? And the solution FIFA came up with completely changes how the World Cup works.
Right here in this Google Doc, we have a topic generator prompt built specifically for FIFA 2026. And in just a moment, I'm going to copy it, paste it into ChatGPT, and show you exactly what it produces. But before I hit generate, pay attention to this one detail that most people completely overlook. If you scroll down inside the prompt, you'll see this variable, the letter X. Think of this as your control dial. This number tells ChatGPT exactly how many video topic ideas you want it to generate. You can set it to 3 for a quick test. You can push it to 10 if you want a full content calendar. For this video, I'm going with 5, so I'll change X to 5 right here. Now, I hit generate and watch what happens. Look at this. Within seconds, ChatGPT has produced 5 complete video ideas. Each one comes with a viral title, a target audience, a thumbnail suggestion, and an overall virality score out of 100. Let me walk you through these, because these aren't just random ideas. They're engineered to get views. And honestly, all of them are solid topics. But one idea immediately separated itself from the rest. The 2026 World Cup format explained in 4 minutes. And the reason is pretty simple. Right now, millions of football fans know one thing. The World Cup is expanding from 32 teams to 48. But that's usually where their understanding ends. Most people have no idea how the new format actually works. How many groups are there? How many teams are in each group? How do countries advance to the knockout stage? And why did FIFA decide to change the format in the first place? The more I looked at it, the more obvious it became. This isn't just another football topic. It's one of the biggest unanswered questions heading into World Cup 2026. And whenever millions of people are asking the same question, that's usually a very good sign for a YouTube video. That's exactly why this topic earned the highest score out of all 5 ideas. Because it combines 3 things every great educational video needs: high curiosity, massive search demand, and a clear answer that viewers genuinely want explained. What if ChatGPT tells you you've hit your daily limit? You're right in the middle of a workflow. You have a prompt ready. You're building momentum. And then blocked. That's exactly why I'm testing a completely different AI model. It's called DeepSeek. It's free. It's unlimited. And as you're about to see, it produces results that are just as powerful as ChatGPT. Let's run the exact same FIFA 2026 topic generator prompt and see what DeepSeek gives us. I'm taking the exact same topic generator prompt we used in ChatGPT, copying it and pasting it directly into DeepSeek right here. No changes. Same prompt, same instructions. Now, one thing you'll notice about DeepSeek is this thinking mode you can see activating on screen right now. DeepSeek actually shows you its reasoning process in real time. It's working through the logic before it gives you the output, and that's not a bug. It's actually one of DeepSeek's strengths. It reasons before it responds, which often leads to more structured and more analytical output. And the best part, it's completely free. No daily cap, no subscription required. You can run this prompt as many times as you want, whenever you want. So let's see what it produces. And here's the takeaway. If ChatGPT ever blocks you, switch to DeepSeek. Your workflow doesn't stop. Your content pipeline keeps moving. It's time for the part that usually stops most creators: writing the script. That's why I built a second prompt called the Script Architect. Its job isn't to explain a topic. Its job is to turn a confusing topic into a video people can't stop watching. So I'll open the Script Architect prompt right here inside the Google Doc. I'll copy the entire thing and then head back over to ChatGPT. But before we generate anything, if you found a winning topic from the topic generator we used earlier, simply copy that title and paste it into the video topics section right here. In our case, case, we're using the 2026 World Cup format explained in 4 minutes. But let's say none of the generated ideas excited you, or maybe you don't want to spend time experimenting. There's an even easier shortcut. Open YouTube, find a channel that's already getting views in your niche, sort the videos by most popular, and look for the one that's clearly outperforming everything else. That's exactly what I'm doing here. This channel has already proven there's audience demand for football explanation content like this. So instead of guessing what people might click on, we can reverse engineer what's already working. And right here, one title immediately stands out. Every new World Cup rule explained in 3 minutes. Hundreds of thousands of views. Simple concept, a clear curiosity gap, and massive mainstream appeal. So whether you're using a topic from the generator or taking inspiration from a proven video that's already performing well, the process is exactly the same. Take the title, paste it into the video topic section, and now we're ready. I'll hit generate. Now watch this carefully, because what ChatGPT is about to do is much more impressive than simply writing words on a page. Anybody can generate a script. That's easy. The real challenge is generating a script that people actually watch, and that's where the script architect prompt does something different. Look at the opening. Instead of immediately explaining the topic, it starts with a mystery. Most football fans know the World Cup is changing. What most people don't know is how much it's changing, and instantly, the viewer has a question in their head. What exactly is changing? And that's exactly how high retention educational videos are built. The goal isn't to explain everything as quickly as possible. The goal is to make viewers want the next piece of information, because every time they get an answer, they're already curious about what comes next. So I'll open the image generation prompt right here, copy the entire master prompt, and head back over to ChatGPT. Now before you hit generate, there's one thing you need to paste into the prompt, the script. It needs to understand the story before it can build visuals for the story. So I'm going to take the script we generated in the previous phase, copy the entire thing, paste it into the script section right here, and now we're ready. I'll hit generate, and this is where things start to get really interesting. Notice what ChatGPT is doing. It's not generating random football images. It's breaking the script down into scenes, one scene at a time, one idea at a time. And that's a huge difference, because every sentence inside the script has a job, and every image should have a job too. Look at scene 1. The narration says the World Cup is changing. So instead of showing a random football player, the prompt creates a visual that immediately communicates change. Then look at scene 2. Now the goal shifts from change to curiosity. The prompt uses a comparison. What people think is changing versus what's actually changing. That's visual storytelling. You'll also notice something else. The prompt only generates 5 scenes at a time, and that's intentional, because a typical 3 to 5 minute football explainer might need 20, 30, sometimes even 40 visuals. Trying to generate everything at once usually lowers the quality. So instead, we generate the first 5 scenes, review them, then simply type next 5. ChatGPT reads the next section of the script and continues building the storyboard automatically. In other words, you're not just generating images, you're generating a complete visual blueprint for the entire video, scene by scene, sentence by sentence. And that's exactly how channels pulling in millions of views make complicated topics feel incredibly easy to understand. Now let's actually create the image. I'm going to take the first scene prompt ChatGPT generated, copy it, and head over to Google Flow. Once you're inside Flow, I'll paste the prompt, then switch from video mode to image mode. Set the aspect ratio to 16:9. Set the quantity to 1. And for the model, choose Nano Banana 2. Right now, it's one of the best models for creating clean educational explainer visuals like these. Now I'll hit generate. Let's see what it gives us. And honestly, this is exactly what we want. Notice what's happening here. The image communicates the main idea before a single line of narration has even finished. Right in the center, we have the World Cup trophy. That's the subject. That's what the video is about. Then over here, we have the World Cup 2026 tournament board. But instead of showing a normal tournament bracket, the image includes warning symbols, update arrows, and question marks. And that's important, because the narration isn't saying the World Cup is disappearing. It's saying the World Cup is changing, and the image communicates that idea instantly. The stickman characters help reinforce that visual message too. Now let's move on to scene 2. I'll copy the second image prompt ChatGPT generated. Head back into Google Flow, paste the prompt, keep the exact same settings, and then hit generate. Let's see what the model gives us. This is another really strong result, and the reason is pretty simple. The narration for this scene says, what most people don't know is just how much it's changing. And that's actually a surprisingly difficult sentence to visualize, because we're not explaining a rule yet. We're explaining a misunderstanding, and that's exactly what the image focuses on. At this point, the workflow becomes incredibly simple. For every remaining scene, we're going to repeat the exact same process. Copy the prompt, paste it into Google Flow, generate the image, review the result, then move on to the next scene. But here's something important. Don't just look at the image and ask, does it look good? That's actually the wrong question. The real question is, does this image make the script easier to understand? Because a beautiful image that doesn't improve understanding isn't helping your video. A simple image that instantly communicates an idea is far more valuable. And that's exactly what we're optimizing for throughout the rest of this project. One mistake I see a lot of creators make is generating every image exactly as the AI gives it to them. Don't do that. Think of ChatGPT as your story storyboard artist, not your final designer. If an image feels crowded, simplify it. If the text is too small, regenerate it. If the visual hierarchy isn't obvious, adjust the prompt. The goal isn't to follow the prompt perfectly. The goal is to make the viewer understand the idea instantly. The best educational channels constantly refine their visuals until the explanation feels effortless. And that's exactly what you should be doing here. At this point, we've done almost everything. We've found a winning topic. We've generated a high retention script. We've built a complete visual storyboard. And technically, you could upload the video right now. But there's still one problem. Nobody can watch a video they never click on. And this is where a lot of creators get frustrated. They spend hours making a great video. The information is valuable. The editing is solid. The visuals look professional. And then the video gets almost no views. Not because the content is bad, because nobody clicked. On YouTube, the thumbnail is the advertisement for the video. And if that advertisement fails, the video never gets a chance to prove itself. That's why I built a dedicated high CTR thumbnail prompt. Its entire job is to create curiosity before somebody even watches the first second of your video. So let's open the thumbnail prompt, copy the entire master prompt, and head back into ChatGPT. And here's the best part. Unlike the script prompt or the image prompt, you don't need to paste an entire script. You don't need dozens of scenes. You only need one thing, the title. That's it. I'll paste our title right here. Hit generate and watch what happens. Now this is exactly what we're looking for. Notice how the prompt isn't trying to create a beautiful thumbnail. It's trying to create a clickable thumbnail. And that's a huge difference. All right, now let's see if the thumbnail prompt can actually deliver. I'm going to take the thumbnail prompt ChatGPT generated, copy it, head back over to Google Flow. And just like we did with the storyboard images, we're keeping everything exactly the same. I'll paste it in and hit generate. Now this is the moment that really matters, because a thumbnail prompt can sound amazing on paper, but if the final image doesn't make people stop scrolling, none of it matters. So let's see what we get. Now let me show you why this thumbnail is so powerful. Imagine you're a casual football fan. You keep hearing people talk about the 2026 World Cup. You keep hearing that FIFA changed something, but you have no idea what actually changed. That's exactly who this thumbnail is targeting. The Giant 26 immediately tells you this is about World Cup 2026. The trophy instantly confirms it's football, and then your eyes land on the stickman holding what looks like a warning manual. That's where the curiosity begins. So let's head back into ChatGPT one final time. Open the SEO engine prompt, copy the entire master prompt, and just like we did with the storyboard generator, we're going to give it the complete script. I'll paste the script, hit generate, and let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Now this is where a lot of creators make a mistake. They look at this output and immediately scroll down to the tags section. But honestly, the tags are one of the least interesting parts here. The real gold is hidden inside the analysis. Look at the title suggestions. ChatGPT isn't just generating random headlines. It's balancing two goals at the exact same time: searchability and curiosity. But what I really like about this SEO engine is that it goes far beyond keywords. Look at the audience search intent section. This is essentially a list of questions people are already asking online. And when your video answers questions people are actively searching for, YouTube has a much easier time understanding where your content belongs. Now it's time to build the actual video. Open your favorite editing software and import all of the images we generated. Then simply arrange them in order. And if you ever get confused, don't worry. Just go back to Google Flow. The image generation order is already your storyboard. Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3, all the way to the end. That's the beauty of this workflow, but we're still missing one thing. And honestly, it might be the most important part of the entire video: the voice. Because even the best script in the world can feel boring with the wrong narration, and the right voice can make a simple video feel incredibly professional. So let's generate our voiceover. The first tool I recommend is Google AI Studio. It's Google's official text-to-speech platform, and right now it's one of the best free options available. The interface is incredibly simple. You'll notice several quick templates right here. Different templates are designed for different types of content. For this video, I'm going with the Everyday Assistant. Now I'll head back to ChatGPT, copy the entire script we generated earlier, paste it directly into Google AI Studio. Then, over on the right-hand side, open speaker settings. This is where you can experiment with different voice models. And don't just choose the first voice you hear. Spend a few minutes testing different options. Some voices sound better for documentaries, some work better for tutorials, and some sound much better for sports explainers like this one. Once you find a voice you like, hit run, and within seconds, you'll have a complete narration for your video.
Most football fans know the 2026 World Cup is changing. What most people don't know is just how much it's changing. Because for the first time ever, the World Cup won't have 32 teams. It'll have 48.
And here's a useful little trick. If you ever hit usage limits, simply switch accounts and continue generating. Your workflow doesn't stop. The second tool is Natural Readers, and this one is incredibly beginner-friendly. Just open the voice library, browse through the available voices, and focus on the free voices first. You'd be surprised by how good some of them actually sound. Once you've found a voice you like, paste in the same script, hit generate.
Most football fans know the 2026 World Cup is changing. What most people don't know is just how much it's changing. Because for the first time ever, the World Cup won't have 32 teams. It'll have 48. That sounds simple. Add more teams. Play more games.
And compare the results against Google AI Studio, because voice selection matters much more than most creators realize. The third tool is ElevenLabs. And if you've spent any time on YouTube, there's a good chance you've already heard an ElevenLabs voice without even realizing it. A lot of creators use it because the voices sound incredibly natural. Navigate to the Voices section, select your preferred language, choose the accent you want, then open Filters, set gender to male, and under Sorting, select Most Used. This is where you'll find many of the voices already being used by popular YouTubers, educators, storytellers, and documentary channels. Now take a few minutes and listen carefully. Don't just choose the voice that sounds the most realistic. Choose the voice that fits your content. A football explainer needs a different energy than a history documentary. A tutorial needs a different tone than a storytelling channel. Once you've found a voice you like, paste your script into ElevenLabs and hit generate. Within just a few moments, you'll have a professional quality narration ready for your video.
Most football fans know the 2026 World Cup is changing. What most people don't know is just how much it's changing, because for the first time ever, the World Cup won't have 32 teams. It'll have 48. That sounds simple. Add more teams.
Now bring the voiceover you downloaded into your editor and drag it onto the timeline. This is where everything starts coming together. Your job now is simple. Adjust and trim the images so they match the narration. And if you ever get confused about which image belongs to which line, head back to ChatGPT and open the image generation scenes. Every scene contains the exact script sentence it was designed for. Just match the sentence to the voiceover, and you'll instantly know where each image should appear. Once the visuals are synced, generate captions for the entire video. Select all of the captions at once and apply a clean template. Then add a subtle stroke, glow, and shadow to improve readability, especially on mobile devices. After that, create an adjustment layer above the entire timeline. Use it to make the video feel more polished by adjusting the vignette, brightness, contrast, and highlights. Small changes here can make a surprisingly big difference in perceived quality. Now let's make the video feel alive. Add simple animations like fade-ins, fade-outs, zoom-ins, zoom-outs, and slide movements. Nothing crazy. The goal is movement, not distraction. Then add transitions between scenes to keep the pacing smooth and professional. And finally, add sound effects. Little whooshes, pops, impacts, crowd reactions, and football. Themed sounds can dramatically increase engagement when used correctly. Because at the end of the day, great explainer videos aren't just watched, they're experienced. And that's exactly how channels create professional FIFA World Cup videos using AI. If this workflow helped you, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we've got a lot more videos like this coming soon.